Arcane Act Two, was it good? We're gonna break it down for you.
I was not that big into the first act, I'll admit, didn't have my interest, but this act definitely has piqued my interest in the whole series. Love the psychological break of Jinx.
I mean, who doesn't?
I was literally on Google Scholar reading articles about it. So
At least, like, I gotta do research. Overall, though, Act 2 blew Act 1 out of the water. In terms of action, story, character, everything just got stepped up about 10 degrees. I understand Act 1, it has to build. It has to introduce characters. It has to get things rolling.
Like with Act 1, they were kind of dragging their feet a little bit.
See, I still enjoyed Act 1 thoroughly.
Like, I mean, it's a 9-episode series, right?
Yeah, and we're through 6 episodes.
And we're already through 6.
This Act 4, 5, and 6, each one got better.
Oh, by far. Just the whole dynamics of the characters is just absolutely stunning. I know you talked about it last review, but like, I love the artwork. It reminds me so much of Borderlands, which I personally am a huge fan of. So,
well, and just how the artwork changes. So like when Jinx is having her psychotic breaks, everything changed. The whole atmosphere, the whole mood, the whole image on screen breaks up. You got writing on the screen. Like, it shows what Jinx is basically seeing, and I love that aspect of it.
The whole psychological aspect of it, but I don't think that's anyone's cup of tea except for my own. So,
one thing I am grateful for is we did get to see more Vi. We got to see some of Vi last act, but I felt like Vi she needs more screen time. Like, she's the character I want to see more of. Yes, I adore Jinx. Jinx is my favorite League character. Vi is one of those characters that I didn't know much about going into and has really piqued my interest. And I want to know more about Vi, and I want to see more. She got taken away at the ending of both acts.
Focus is more on Jinx.
Yes.
And it's showing Vi taking away Vi, both acts, how damaging it is to her psychologically, which I think is significant, which is going to be huge leading up into Act 3.
Yes. And then I like the subplot of the whole politics with all the houses and Hermendinger and Jace. Like, I liked how advanced the city had grown, how divided the city has become, and it just becomes more and more escalated as the 3 episodes, 4, 5, and 6 went on. Like, you could really feel the tension and the divide.
Yeah, and I mean, that's another thing that I like about it is that even though like the whole focus is on Vi and Jinx, there's also that aspect that's really important. And also the fact that you have Victor, who is dying.
Yes.
Which is going to play a significant role in it, because that he had this like vision basically about everything going to shit, and because he overthrew him, I think that's going to play even more into it.
I mean, that's going to be a huge role. Like, I honestly think Hermendinger being overthrown was a horrible decision.
Oh,
absolutely horrible decision. But it's that world building, that story that Arcane is delivering that honestly not a lot of shows are delivering, especially an animated show. To get this type of story, action, and everything from an animated show is very impressive.
Yeah, and like what I was telling you earlier, I mean, we haven't done another review, and I know this review's late, sorry, is the fact that I'm very excited to see where they're going to be taking everything.
Yes.
Because I hope that they do decide to take on more of the League characters. Like, Ash, and because I mean, like, Ash is great, and
Yeah,
Miss
Ash is
Fortune,
fantastic.
and
And like I have the origin graphic novel for Ash. And if they go down that whole Viking route that Ash's backstory is, I mean that would be a fantastic season. And I don't know if they're doing this anthology where different characters are going to be followed.
I sure hope they are. That's where I would like to see personally the show lean towards, but
The little Easter eggs to League stuff is fantastic. That's spread throughout. And honestly, I think this show, one, I can't wait to see what the story is like next week. It's only in a couple days, so make sure you stick around to watch that review. But overall, what would you rate the episode?
Yeah, and where would you like to see the show lead towards?
No, Allie, I'm asking you, what would you rate the episodes of Arcane Act 2?
What would I rate this act in general?
Yeah.
I would definitely have to give it at least, a solid 7. Only ranking it slightly lower because it wasn't until episodes 5 and 6 that really caught my eye.
Okay.
Personally, I mean, episode 4 was great and all, but it just
it didn't grab you and put you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, that for me, and that's just because of my psych background. I was more interested in the whole psychological stuff behind it, which is what ultimately grasped my attention. But
overall, I give it a 8.5, 9. See, the whole Jinx intro in episode 4 was fantastic, with the swing game boom, then it exploding, and she coming through the smoke, and that whole moment where she first breaks by seeing one of the Owl Mask gang members with the pink hair. I felt that was fantastic. It was so well done, and I enjoyed it through and through. You guys make sure you check out our Act 1 review right there, and we'll see you guys later.